There are so many accessories for the Instant Pot. I'll show you which ones I have, which ones I actually use, what they're used for, and maybe this will help you decide whether you need these too. What is up, you guys? It is Karli here, and you are officially cooking with Karli. Let's talk about these accessories. First, let's clear these off so we can focus on one at a time. First, we're going to start with the trivet. This is an accessory, but it does come with your Instant Pot. So this is used to keep your food off of the bottom of the pot while you're cooking it. And it's also used when you're cooking pot in pot. This is one that I do use frequently. So if you don't have a trivet, if you have an off-brand electric pressure cooker and you don't have one of these, this is one that I would definitely recommend picking up. I use this all the time when I make baked potatoes in my Instant Pot. It keeps those potatoes off of the bottom so none of the potatoes get little burn spots or overcooked spots, keeps it out of the liquid and away from the heat source. Next up, we have steamer baskets. Steamer baskets can come in all shapes and sizes, different materials. I have two metal ones here. This one is a mesh steamer basket. I purchased this off of Amazon, and this actually came with one of my electric pressure cookers, the Milthy brand. It came with my Instant Pot. I use these all the time for mashed potatoes or hard-boiled eggs. It is so nice to be able to put in all of your eggs into a basket and then put them in, pressure cook them, and then just be able to pull them all out at once instead of having to individually pull out, you know, a couple dozen hard-boiled eggs. Now, I don't have one that is a silicone-based steamer basket, but they sell them on Amazon and they work great. I would suggest a silicone steamer basket over a hard metal one because you can have it form and fit whatever you need into the Instant Pot. For example, I have a recipe that is for Salisbury steak meatballs and mashed potatoes and gravy all at the same time. So the meatballs cook on the bottom and then you put your potatoes to cook in your steamer basket and then they set on top of your meatballs. This steamer basket barely works. It's just the right size. If it were any taller, I wouldn't be able to fit the lid on. And so I use this one most of the time for the mashed potatoes because it is shorter, but if you had a silicone one, you would be able to put it in and just fold down the sides easily. This is an accessory I do use quite often, so if you don't have a steamer basket, you might want to put that one on your list. I'm like scared to throw these by the camera. Okay, I'm really scared for you to throw this glass lid. Before we keep going with my accessories, I just like to remind you to give this video a thumbs up if it has been helpful for you. Make sure to hit the red subscribe button and that notification bell. There will be a link in the description below to all of these accessories so you can purchase them too if you think that you will use them as much as I do. Okay, I'm scared that I'm not gonna catch this. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Next up, we have our glass lid. This is something that I use frequently. This is probably, if I'm being honest, the most frequently used accessory that I have. I use it for proofing bread dough. I use it when I use the sauté feature, or when I'm making yogurt, or there's a variety of reasons why you would use this to keep warm. But do you need one that says fancy, that says Instant Pot on it? No, you don't. I would suggest you go into your cupboard and try out all of your lids because I bet you'll have one that already fits. But it is extremely handy to have a lid that perfectly fits this inner pot here. And next up we have another lid, but this one I didn't feel like I was going to break. It's a silicone lid that fits right onto your liner, just like this. And I use this when I make yogurt. So after the yogurt has incubated in your Instant Pot for the 8 hours. You pull this out and it needs to go set in the fridge. To put this silicone lid on and to be able to put it in the fridge is so nice. You don't have to worry about covering it with wrap or, you know, a lid that can let air in. And this is just an airtight lid. And this also works great for leftovers. If you are planning, if you made soup and you have leftovers, stick the silicone lid on, put the whole pot in the fridge, and then the next day you can pull the whole thing out and then heat it back up. Now let's talk about extra pans to cook with in your Instant Pot. Here I have a 7-inch springform pan for cheesecakes. And then I have just a regular, this is a 6-inch cake pan that I just got from Walmart. You can get them, you know, anywhere though, or on Amazon. And I'll be extremely brutal and honest here. I think I've used this once, because a lot of people like making cheesecake in their Instant Pot. I actually don't. And it's probably because I have a lot of killer no-bake cheesecake recipes with a lot of variations on my website that I tend to gravitate towards. So it doesn't need the 45 plus minutes in the Instant Pot and sitting overnight. It's a lot easier to just whip it up. It's no-bake and there's no cracks, and it is absolutely delicious. And if you're interested in that recipe, I'll link it for you below. This one I use quite frequently to cook rice, the same time I'm cooking like chicken and gravy in my Instant Pot. Do you need one of these? I wouldn't say you need one of these. I don't use it very often, but I do use it every once in a blue moon. And next up we have oh, see, that was really good. I want to go like this and catch them all. Okay, we have what was that? Next up we have, dang it. Next up we have, oh, ceiling rings. So typically the ceiling ring is clear and it fits right here in your lid. This is what helps seal your pot, hence the ceiling ring. I have extras, and I suggest you have extras also, because your ceiling ring tends to soak up the flavor or scent of whatever you've cooked last, especially if it is an extremely pungent dish with a lot of strong flavor. You know, like a barbecued pork recipe or chili or anything with spice like that. If you use one ceiling ring for something super flavorful and then you want to make baked potatoes, your potatoes may end up tasting like your barbecued pork recipe. So it's nice to have some to interchange so that you don't ever cross flavors. And lastly, we've got the egg bite mold. This is used for, you guessed it, egg bites. They are just, it's basically a little quiche or a little scrambled egg with meat, and so sausage or bacon cooked in these molds. So they're just like these little egg bites. If you are a fan of those, you may use this a lot. There are different things that you can use it for, like the egg bites. You can actually crack an egg in here to do hard-boiled eggs that you don't have to peel. You can use them for pancake bites, which I've tried a couple of times, but they tend to turn out pretty dense and not, you know, light and fluffy like a muffin should be. So I actually don't use this. You may use it more than me though, especially if you are a fan of those egg bites. Break. Oh. That's all the accessories that I have. I hope that this video has been helpful for you in deciding which accessories you need and which ones you can just leave in the Amazon warehouse. Let me know in the comments below which accessories you have or which ones you have had your eye on for the longest time and you are wanting to get soon.